Hello, sports world. This is the Balls Not Court podcast, abbreviated as BIOC podcast. This is hosted by Cortez Paul and Paul Mack and other contributors that we have on the show. We do want to thank you for tuning in to our clips, to our YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, wherever you get the podcast content before. We talk about NBA, NFL, a little bit of NCAA sports, and any other current events with our humorous twists and with what we know in regards to the content. Once again, we do thank you for listening and enjoy the show.
Hey, that's smooth right there, man. StreamYard and let me do an intro and outro. It's been a minute since we did a podcast. I had to forget about that. Like, oh, Paul, that's right. We got an intro, buddy. We got to do. Anywho, welcome to the Balls Not Court podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, listening to us. No, it's been a minute. Paul Mack to my right. Good evening, sir. It's been a minute, man. How you been, man? You are.
It's been a minute. It feels like we were on hiatus. It feels like it's like a new season. It feels like it's like season 3, season 4. We're in the middle.
Yeah.
We got renewed. We got renewed for another season.
That's right. That's right. You are very pumped. You are very energetic. You have been. I see your great Jalen Brunson posts and your shirt that you have, your swag. So, how does it still feel like this many months later? How does it still feel to be a champion, sir?
It feels like it was just yesterday, bro. Like I find myself almost every morning, like when I wake up in the morning and I I'm scrolling through my phone as I'm waking up, just watching NBA Finals highlights, bro. Like it feels like it was just yesterday. Like it's, man. I've had the privilege of, the New York Giants won 2 Super Bowls, but this just hits different, bro. This is literally the greatest thing I've ever seen, the greatest feeling I ever felt, and I'm ready to run it back, bro. October can't get here fast enough. I'm excited to see where we go from here. But where you're 2005, 2006, 2025, 2026 NBA in-season champions and NBA world champions.
Yes, sir. You are. I see. You already bought your tickets.
Already got my tickets.
Yeah.
Dude, they play Orlando back-to-back games. That's crazy. So I had 2 shots. I had 2 shots to get tickets.
Brother, I can't deal with Knicks fans back-to-back. One of them tickets getting sold. I saw that. I was like, man, they really wow. And it's crazy. I think someone told me around that time that New York is on their spring break. So they're probably going to be down here. And, yeah, they're probably going to flood that arena.
Hey, y'all are in big trouble, bro.
Yeah, we're cooked, man. Trust me. I saw that. I was like, man, they really did that back-to-back against the Knicks, bro. Oh my goodness. But hey, I'm glad you got your ticket. I know you're excited. Saw the schedule as well. I'm already playing a road game, so yeah, we're here, man. And then let's not jump basketball, but football's happening too, man. So preseason going on, so there's a lot of good stuff going on, man. So we're gonna hop into it. The first thing we're gonna talk about, like I said, this guy, we know it's preseason, so we're not going to really fully dissect preseason, but we are going to talk about some stuff that's been in the news. Very heavy. There's been some trending topics. So yesterday, let's talk about the hottest topic right now that's going on. Enes Kanter Freedom. He attended the Chicago Sky, and they played the Indiana Fever. And apparently, I guess some words were said. Natasha Cloud. If you know Natasha Cloud, I know you watch a little bit of WNBA, and if you know the character Natasha Cloud, she's from Philly, so she doesn't back down. She's very vocal. If you ever follow her, I follow her on Twitter. She's very vocal with social.
She was on the Liberty for a little bit. I know her very well.
Yeah, so she's very she stands up for what she believes in. So apparently, she saw Enes Kanter. Enes Kanter was at the game. Apparently, this whole thing where everybody's been talking about that Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce Wright is going to try to enter the WNBA draft. So there's been a lot of hoopla going on between the WNBA, and pretty much it's been a hot topic. But apparently, I guess she said some words to him. She's not going to sleep with you, bro. I guess it was reference to Sophie Cunningham. I'm not sure. But they end up walking Enes Kanter Freedom out the arena. Fans are hot outside before the game and after the game. Paul, what you make of this whole mess that we got? Because I know this has been talked about heavily today.
Yeah. I was talking to my girlfriend about this because she watched every single game of the NBA Finals with me, so that was fun to see like a non NBA fan kind of just get into it, and she got into it, bro. She has some words for Victor Wembanyama. She's not a fan of Victor Wembanyama, but she's excited to watch NBA now, so that's pretty cool. But I was kind of telling her about the WNBA, and has there ever been a league that gets more just negative press than the WNBA, bro? Like, I feel like, and again, I don't know if it's a commissioner thing. I don't know what. I know they've been battling kind of with the commissioner for a while, but it just seems like every time they try to get like a step forward, they take two steps back in their PR. Like, their PR is just really bad. They've been around for 30 years. Like, this is year 30. And they've done a lot of things for women's sports and the WNBA and given women a place to go play basketball and not have to rely on going to play overseas. And obviously, in today's climate, it's a tough place to tiptoe, but like, it is the WNBA, it is the Women's Basketball Association, and all this, trans athlete stuff. I can see like for me, like if that's me, and I'm the commissioner, I don't even want to be involved in it. I don't want that in. Like, I don't want that kind of publicity, bro. Like, I just want to. They're battling with CBAs over the off season. They're trying to get equal pay. They're trying to do all these things to better the league for the women, and then you know how the world is, bro. Like, you say some stuff or some stuff gets out, and then these trolls on the internet just kind of run with it, and it's just like you have to have a pulse on what's going on in the world, and you gotta keep politics out of the out of the league, and it's tough, man, because like this is something that could really set that league back and really divide that league. And when you got some of the coaches saying certain things, then the players are saying certain things, and now you're gonna have the you've built quite a fan base over the last few years with Caitlin Clark and all this stuff, and now you're just gonna have fans just divided over people's views over certain situations, and then Enes Kanter just being a dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people just want to stay relevant, I guess, but it does really hinder kind of what they've built the last, 2-3 years. And it's unfortunate because, like, I now, if I get anything in my feed from the WNBA, it's typically negative. It's Dejanay Carrington, Fallon Sophie Cunningham getting kicked out of the game, talking about white privilege. It's just all this stuff. The league's just in a weird spot, and these are those things, man. It's gonna be hard to recover. Like, they're gonna have to literally have a PR person come in and clean them up because they have a lot of vocal ladies in that league, and notice how all the big names don't say nothing. Like, they stay out of it. But yeah, man, it's tough because I've enjoyed women's basketball over the last few years, and it's been highly competitive, and there's a lot of good players, and a lot of good stories this year too. Like, there's some really good rookies this year, and there's just some things that are happening, and it's all going to be overshadowed by the topics that are being thrown out there, and it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, you're right, man. And just kind of seeing this stuff, The league talent wise is probably in the best spot it's ever been. Like we're not even talking about even Clayton Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. They both had 30 points apiece. I believe Caitlin had 37 and Kelsey had 32. Played well. That's been a really good backcourt duo. And seeing how far this Fever team can go, they got a real contending good team here. And we talk about Olivia Mouse is going to be the runaway rookie of the year. Should probably get some MVP votes. This whole thing with Enes Kanter and Royce Wright, just because of, I guess, what Sophie said about who and should be able to play in the WNBA. It's something that I guess you're right, Paul. They need to figure out a firm that can help them. Here's the things you should talk about. Here's the things how we should approach these. Have an opinion is great, 100%. You're entitled to your opinion. You should feel the way you feel. That's the great thing about having this different mix up of type of people that we have play in this league, play in sports in general. It's your opinion. Everybody know how to agree to it. But I just feel like Enes Kanter just he wants the attention. I mean, obviously he wants the attention. He stood up and he reacted back to what Natasha Cloud say. If we know how Natasha Cloud is and you see her play, she's a firecracker. She's very emotional. So Enes Kanter is looking for the clicks, the views, and all that. And as much as we should have been talking about that amazing backcourt of Mitchell and Clark, we're talking about Enes Kanter. And now they came out and finally said that sources around league said that Kanter Freedom and fellow NBA player Royce Wright will not be eligible for the WNBA pair after they declared themselves women and eligible for the draft. That should have been done a long time ago. Why did it take weeks for them to say that?
Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about, Paul.
And I know, like people have been saying it for a while. Like the commissioner of the WNBA, like she's gotta go, bro. Like
Kathy Engelbert. That's her
it's
name.
it's rough, man. Like I said, I've never seen just so much negative press, and honestly, I'd be ashamed to almost cover the league at this point, because no one cares about the product; they just care about the antics. We live in a society where we're fueled by this stuff. It's probably gonna get the WNBA clicks. They're probably gonna get a lot more traffic, but you don't want that kind of traffic, bro. You don't want, and at the end of the day, it's not my place to say, but for a league that fought so hard for and is still fighting for female equality in sports, to be kind of caught up in a situation like this to where you're potentially letting people say stuff like this and just get caught up in it and basically just hurting your female audience and fan base with some of the things that you're allowing the players and coaches to say and do. And I know that's a big, inclusivity and all this stuff is huge, and empathy and all this stuff. But sometimes it's just better to stay quiet and just do what you do and let the girls play and let the game talk and just keep doing what you're doing. Instead, now it's just a circus, and it'll be interesting because even though they announced that they cannot declare for the draft, it's still not going to stop the inner turmoil of views between certain players, certain coaches, certain organizations, fans. It's just going to be a constant thing, and it's just going to be a bunch of trolls in the comments and all this stuff, and it's just going to be bad. It's just going to be the WNBA has become a very toxic environment, and I don't know where that goes from here, and it's unfortunate.
Absolutely, man. Great job on that, Paul. We kind of have a beat of the same drum when it comes to this stuff. So we move on to let's look up let's talk about some of the NFL preseason stories. So, some of the storylines, one of them is the Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns scenario. They already made an announcement that Deshaun Watson is going to be the starter. He's been heavily booed. He didn't have a really good performance on Saturday. He went 5 for 12 in his passing performance when he did play. So his response to the boos was he felt they were more personal than that. So he definitely is feeling some type of way about this. What's your whole makeup about the Browns' decision to start Watson and not get Shedeur Sanders the nod here? And they may announce it early too.
I mean, with all that you're paying him and all like you, Watson has to be the guy, right? Like I feel like you can't necessarily lose your. I'm a big advocate of like, I don't think you should lose your starting job because of injury. Like obviously he's had some injuries, he's had some setbacks, and there was a time where like, he was a really good quarterback, and that's a young team around him, and you got. I don't think the expectations for the Browns are that high, so like, I feel like starting Deshaun Watson is no different than starting like a rookie QB or starting Shedeur Sanders. It's just I feel like the outcome is going to be the same. I just feel like they have a better chance of winning with Deshaun Watson because he's just a more proven quarterback at this point. Shedeur had moments last year, but again, there's just not a lot there. Let Deshaun go. Who knows? I mean, the guy's coming off what back-to-back Achilles injuries.
Yeah.
So who knows how long he could even last? That's tough. I mean, he tore his Achilles and then retore the same Achilles. But you just got so much invested in him that you have to throw it out there. You got to throw it out there. I mean, sometimes the juice might not be worth the squeeze, but Shadeur's there, and this is one of those things where I know his maturity has always kind of been put into question, and now he has to suck it up and take the reins of QB2, and he's got to try to be a guy that can motivate those around him and just keep his energy high and just wait for his opportunity. And those are what you want to see out of these young players. If you're Cleveland, who knows? Maybe Deshaun has moments of old Deshaun Watson when he was really really good. But again, there's I don't know. Back-to-back Achilles injuries is tough, but if you're Shedeur, you just got to just stay ready and just this is the chance where you get to kind of show all your haters that you're prepared and you're gonna put in the work. And he didn't have a lot of competition really last year. I mean, Dylan Gabriel was bad, and now it's you're just got to wait your turn and seize the opportunity. And if it does present itself, then you got to take it. But he's had opportunities in the preseason, and if they feel like what they've seen, as bad as Deshaun Watson was in his last outing, if they still feel like he's the guy, then that might speak more volumes on Shedeur. And again, that could be a maturity thing, could be a leadership thing. I don't know. I know the fans probably like Shedeur because of just kind of the swagger that he has. But at the end of the day, you got to put whoever you think is going to win you more football games on the field. And it's a new regime in Cleveland, and they feel like Deshaun Watson's the guy. So you got to roll with it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Listen, I'm not finna sit here and say as far as much money he's getting paid, I'm not feeling bad for him in that aspect. I mean, man, he has had a tough road here, getting suspended and dealing with the injuries and dealing with the crowd and fan reaction to this. So it ain't be easy. But you know what cure all that? Winning does. So you come out here and wins a couple of games, fans forget fast. not what he has done, but they do forget that whole thing of like, well, hell, he's winning games. Like, but as you said, the Browns are not expected to do much, especially the division that they're in. You know, you already got the Ravens in that division. And Steelers has always been consistent. You know, they had a new coaching change here. And then, you know, the Baltimore Ravens. So it's no joke. So
the Bengals, if Joe Burrow can stay
Bengals too.
healthy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough, man. And it's so you just gotta throw him out there.
Yeah. Another thing I want to add, just another preseason note. We got to go heavy on this, but Michael Penix Jr. has been cleared for 11 on 11 work in Atlanta, and that's supposed to be an interesting, or at least from their standpoint, a quarterback battle between him and Tua. What are we thinking about here? We expect Tua to keep the job. Michael Penix is kind of stepping a little slow behind because he came from an ACL tear. So I'm expecting Tua's going to start the season. Do you?
Yeah, probably. That's another situation. That's a whole other can of worms, man. Like Tua stinks, bro. Like, I really think Mike McDaniel's made him look a lot better than he is, and obviously, you know, playing at Alabama and all that. I mean, it's similar to how I feel about like Jalen Hurts, where he's just had really good coaching and really good pieces around him throughout his career. But again, Tua, I don't even think Tua's less accurate, less, you know, he can't really throw the deep ball that well. I mean, he's more of like if he can't get the ball out of his hands in like 2 seconds, he's gonna make a bad decision. You know, he's vulnerable to concussions. He's not very durable. You know, you use the draft pick on Michael Penix. Obviously, he's coming off, you know, some more knee stuff. So you got to make sure he's ready to go if he's going to be your franchise guy. But like, I don't even know if he's the guy. Like, if you're playing fantasy football, bro, just draft Bijan Robinson. He's going to be all they got. That's it.
7-8 in the box.
Yeah, for real. I don't even know like how that works. I mean, you know, it's tough. It's tough, and yeah, Tua has not looked great. You don't talk about not looking great. Tua does not look great. So when you're 1A and 1B are both not great, you're in for a tough time. So it's gonna be tough for the Falcons, I think.
What's your thoughts about your Giants so far in the few preseason games that you've seen them?
Cam Scatterbill looks healthy. I mean, the only concerns I really have is he just plays like a maniac, and I just don't know if that's like gonna last. You know what I mean? I don't see that guy making it through a whole season the way he runs. Our offensive line, you know, our running backs can't block. Jackson Dart is going to set a record for most trips to the blue tent. Our receivers aren't great. So like it's just weird, man. Like we're going to rely a lot on our defense and our young guys that we drafted. You know, Arvell Reese at linebacker and the front four that we have. But like I don't know. Our offense isn't super explosive. We signed a bunch of geriatric wide receivers in the offseason. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can steal some, but like my hopes aren't that high. Like I'm not. You know, Jackson Dart's fun and exciting, but that's another guy who like I could see him really hurting himself. And obviously, there's some turmoil there, or at least there was in the off season with him and Abdul Carter over some decisions that Jackson Dart made, and he's a young guy. I get it, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, we got Odell Beckham Jr., so I mean, it's like 2000 and it's like 2012 all over again or whatever. So you know, that's cool. But yeah, man, it's our wide receiver core is pretty bad. I think like our highest paid wide receiver is like Darius Slayton, and that's not good.
Mm. So you're just kind of hoping and praying to see what's going on.
I guess we get to see how good of a coach John Harbaugh is. I guess is the thing. You know what I mean? So there is that. But at the end of the day, like I don't know if you saw the clip. There was a clip of a few weeks ago where he was holding a team meeting, and it's like he forgot he even coaches the New York Giants, bro. Like he just doesn't even know where he is anymore. But you know, it's New York. Lucky for the Giants, they're gonna ride that Knicks championship through football season. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Once October, November rolls around, no one's gonna even care about him anymore.
You're going to save a deep dive analysis for our season opener preview on your New York Giants.
Yeah. Like I said, like once November hits, like I won't care about the Giants anymore.
At least you honest, bro. Denver, Bo Nix came back and played against the Packers in his first series. He looked solid. Had a really good pass, down the field pass, about 15 yards to Jaden Waddle. That was very impressive. He's going to open the field up so much. That receiving core is really good. Corden Sutton got to be a number one as he forced him in. So now we got a really good number one that's going to be beside him, and it's going to open up more for him. RJ Harvey had a nice little catch as well, too, to get a touchdown. Expecting a big year. Jonah Coleman is our rookie running back that we drafted. That dude is going to be, I'm telling you, sneaky. I'm not doing fantasy football this year, but that's probably a sneaky pick y'all should probably look up. It's going to be a nice little
I'm coming out of retirement, man. I'm in like 3 fantasy leagues, bro.
See, I got involved. I'm like, God, no.
one of them I'm doing and it's probably the one I'll worry about the most, but I'm doing a best ball. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I'm doing a best ball league, so I don't got to worry about setting the lineups, making trades, nothing. I just got to draft. And that's it.
There you go.
Well, it auto generates the best possible lineup for you, and you don't got to worry about it.
Perfect, man. That's I know a lot of people freaking out about Ashton Gently injury, and it turned out it was just a sprained ankle. But
I think you're right, though. I think you're right, though, about the Broncos, like because you're running back J.K. Dobbins.
Yep, and he hasn't played at all.
Yeah, I mean he's injury prone. I mean, so it's one of those where the only problem is, man, Sean Payton and y'all just love running back by committee. You know, like no one really gets the job.
Yeah,
I think that's true. I think that's the problem. Is no one.
Davis Webb has been calling. So I will say this, Paul. Yeah, you're right, and that's what I like about Davis Webb actually calling the plays. The offense has been more fluid. At least the first 2 games I've seen him call. Been more sped up a little bit, and he gave him the call duty. So I'm looking forward to see how that's going to look under him. Bo Nix got a really good connection with Webb. So, but nah, the first 2 games, like I said, I ain't gonna give a deep dive analysis on the Broncos, but very excited what I've seen. The first week they played the Atlanta Falcons, and Jarrett Stidham looked like he was fantastic. Then against a little bit more competent team in the Packers, he kind of struggled. But yeah,
like we say with most things, bro, it's tough when you have expectations after the season y'all had last year.
Yeah.
So that's the tough part now is now it's expected for y'all to be good. And like again, if Bo Nix doesn't get hurt, y'all might have got through New England. You never know, bro. You know?
You never know, man. So I know that's gonna eat me for a while, that what could have been, but hey, it is what it is. One more football tab before we move on to talk a little bit of some NBA. So this has been a popular story today too. NFL, San Francisco 49ers owner Jed York was arrested over the weekend in Ohio to plead no contest to misdemeanor to disorderly conduct and protesting criminal 2. So what that mean is that he pretty much was caught going back to a trailer park, and he was engaged in prostitution. Where records show that he was going to return the cost of that service to be $160. This was seized by the Human Trafficking Task Force. That kind of set him up. Paul, what's going on here? So a little bit more nugget on this story here as well, too. Kind of reading up on this because it's been, I'm telling you, Twitter's been on fire the last few days behind this Enes Kanter Freedom incident, and then this right here. Apparently, he just got divorced in July. So he's going through a divorce. He's been married to his former wife about 16 years. So a lot of this stuff is going on where I just think maybe the guy's lonely, but the trailer park was in Ohio, of all places. You're an NFL owner, you got a lot of money, and Ohio is where you want to go ahead and engage in those kind of activities.
Let me look at this guy. Hold on. Let me look at this guy.
You even look him up? One of my best, one of my good friends.
You know what? This checks out. This checks out. This guy. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It checks out.
Yeah, this guy. This is the. Yeah, this checks out. Yeah. Yeah. You're an NFL owner, man. At least talk to Deshaun Watson about going to a massage parlor or something.
Or at least holler at Robert Kraft. Talk to him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta know. Trailer park, bro? Come on,
Trailer park, bro.
You know what it is, man? That substation over in San Francisco got everybody fucked up, bro. all that radiation got everybody's brains all screwed up, and that's why other guys are getting hurt. They're too close to the substation.
The 49ers is having quite an offseason, ain't they?
Yeah, bro.
Kyle Shanahan got in an accident, and it was his fault.
Brandon Ayuk was a maniac for a while. That man was on his Antonio Brown shit for a while, bro. I was like, what the fuck
Christian
is this
McCaffrey is going through another injury again. So it's like there's a lot of noise in the 49ers. This would have been perfect to get them on Hard Knocks. Too bad they didn't know what was coming. So yeah, this guy's in the news. The memes have been great. So remember the meme that they had like the Batmobile park in a trailer park? It was like this. I can tell Jed York was in. So like they have like the nice Lamborghini car that's parked at the trailer park.
Oh,
so they kind of make that mean like you can tell when Jed York is in the trailer park. So you just gotta look this up. I didn't. You probably just heard this today, but man, it's if you go.
Yeah, this is the first I'm hearing about this. Like I said this didn't make it across my feed.
Wow. Yeah, this has been
people that look like this guy. People that look like this guy don't really get in my news feed.
So one of my good friends who we kind of in a group chat, he was like, yeah, it's like money can't still help how much of a loser you can be. No matter how much money you can make, you still could be a loser.
$160.
Right.
Like that couldn't have been good. Like my thing is if you're the young lady on the other side of this, like know your worth. You know? Like bruh.
I'm trying to understand that one too. It's just like, bro, of all places. I mean, yeah, she probably in a trailer park, she's probably 8.5, 100%. In the real world, she's a 3, bro. Like, come on, man.
Damn, bro.
So San Francisco 49ers is in shambles right now. So I guess he was going through it. His wife divorced him and he went to East Palestine, Ohio to look for the goods.
Palestine, Ohio.
All right,
boy.
No NFL. So talk to me about. I know we didn't get a chance here, but LeBron James now made official. He's a Philadelphia 76er. I know how you feel about Philly, so I'll let you go ahead and sign off, sir.
Fucking took him long enough.
Thank God, right?
Like, fuck, man. Like I just can't. I low key, bro. Like I can't wait for this guy to go away. Like I can't. Like
me and you.
Everything's a spectacle with this fucking guy. Like I get it, but like, come on, man, for real. And then it's just like people start like leaking stuff and information, and it's like, oh, he apparently enrolled his daughter in a school, and he's probably gonna go to Philly, and then he's gonna go like. I knew there was absolutely no way he was gonna go back to Cleveland. That's a given. There ain't no way he does round 3 in Cleveland. Ain't no shot.
I thought he was going to go back.
Ain't no way. I thought he had a better shot at going back to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami obviously made other plans.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're Philly, like obviously, Jaylen Brown got exiled from Boston. That's crazy. Tyrese Maxey is really good. Joel Embiid, his knees are East Palestine, Ohio. He can't stay healthy, and LeBron's 40-something years old, and I think the thing that you worry about most is like, yeah, it looks good on paper, I guess, but like, there's only one basketball, and Maxey has to be their primary ball handler. So like, Jaylen Brown, I don't know. I mean, it gives you a lot of flexibility, so like you'll pretty much have a star on the court at all times for them, which is nice. But if this don't work, the process is dead. You know what I mean? Like, this is the best chance I think Philly's got. They've loaded up, and it's funny how 2 years ago in the offseason, we're talking about how everybody is building up their teams to beat Boston. Like, they're building, long wings and all this stuff and shooting the three and all that to contest with the Celtics. And now it just seems like the New York Knicks just broke basketball with the team that they've constructed. And the things that teams are trying to do and the moves that teams are making is literally just seems like it worked for the Knicks. What? Let's just do it. But if you're Philly, it seems like they went a step further and they're just kind of going all in. And they got a year or two max to try to get something going before they got to start, really paying people and worrying about salary caps and different things. But Jaylen Brown's really good though. Like that's a really good pickup. I thought that was a really good pickup for Jaylen Brown. But it's just the pieces around him, not having the shooting that he had around him in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I think is going to hurt because they're not the same 3-point shooting team where Jaylen Brown can get in the lane, kick it out, and get shot, and people can get shots up. Maxey's streaky. LeBron, you worry. I mean, he's become a better 3-point shooter, but you just worry about like, his longevity throughout the season at 40-something years old, and then Joel Embiid's going to be in and out of the lineup. Like, I just don't know what kind of chemistry that team's going to have. I don't know. It just seems like one of those things we always talk about where, like, on paper, if this was like NBA 2K, that squad's stacked. But I just don't know how that many guys that require and obviously LeBron's become a lot better without the basketball. But at the end of the day, he is LeBron James, and he's going to want to handle the basketball. But fuck Philly.
I knew that was going to come. I besides Joel Embiid, their center rotation is Dembona and Ariel Huporti. He's played for your Knicks. I don't know about their center rotation. They're going to be playing small sometimes, and Dembona is not. I mean, to a center standpoint, I mean, he's athletic and gets some blocks, but I just wonder, like, if Joel Embiid is going to be truly healthy and this team is going to reach their potential, he's got to play at least about 65-some games. Can he play that? I don't know. But apparently he told LeBron that he's healthy, he's ready to go, he's going to be ready to brave Jet Boogie. But like I said, it's a good team on paper for sure. And I told people this already. The East, you're not going to have a 60-win team. Teams 1 to 10 is going to be stacked. I'll be shocked to see a 60-win team next year. I just feel like every night there's going to be a battle in the Eastern Conference. Depending on health. Someone to get crazy injured, whatnot. Because Tyrese Halliburton's not coming back for Indiana, and like that team is good. And Atlanta added some pieces. Your Knicks is going to be on top of the class of the East, so they're coming back to defend their title. Boston.
This will be the year for Boston. Like, I think this is the year we've been waiting for Boston. Like, I want to see what Boston does now. With now it's Tatum's team.
Yeah.
So now he got what he wanted. He's the guy.
With Paul George, by the way.
Him and Paul George.
All them
And,
Rockets.
It'll be interesting because, like I said, they won a championship with Tatum and Brown. Jaylen Brown pretty much got them to where they were last year. Tatum came back and then decided he wasn't going to play in the closeout game because, again, I think they rushed him back too quick.
Yep.
But sometimes people's egos are bigger than the whole picture, and I think that kind of messed up some chemistry for them, and it's warranted. I mean, Jaylen Brown, little too vocal, and now he's in Philly, but we gotta see what Boston's got, and Cleveland's still going to be a contender. Toronto's young. Toronto's good. They're hungry. Detroit.
Kawhi not getting rescinded. Yep, Detroit's going to be really good.
It's really weird, the shift where, like, the West was, like, the dominant conference, and it was all these teams beating up on each other, and, like, the West is still good, but it just seems like, Miami got better. Orlando, if you guys could stay healthy, like, you guys are always going to kind of be in the mix. Like, who knows where you can end up, but, like, that's a team that can kind of mix things up. New York, pretty much anyone that made the playoffs last year. Indiana's going to be better getting Halliburton back, like you said. Like, it's the East is going to be we're going to have like a kind of almost have a gauntlet in both conferences, man. Like, I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see. I don't know if either side is going to have a team win 60 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of teams just beating each other up, and just depending on health of some of these guys. Like, that's really the number one thing. But I mean,
you said health, brother. Health.
But it's just crazy.
Yeah, man. So it'd be interesting to see. I just want to get your opinion on Philly. Now, here's the thing I want to say, Paul, and I'm gonna watch this here. I said this before because my buddy who I go to, man, he's a big Philly fan, and yeah, I know he's not one of these bandwagon fans can come on. New York shut down that building when y'all play in the playoffs. How y'all gonna be like now? Y'all got LeBron. That's gonna tell me a lot of how that fan base is when it comes to basketball. We know how y'all about y'all Eagles. Y'all do a spelling bee every time y'all chant the Eagles' name. Y'all know how to spell Eagles. But y'all forgot how to spell 76ers. Because a lot of y'all didn't go to them games. So I'm calling out Philly fans. I'm calling them out. I'm calling y'all out. I'm watching how y'all react. Now y'all got LeBron. Now you're gonna sell the arena, or New York gonna go ahead and still pack that arena. That's what I'm.
It's tough, man. I have never seen. I mean, even in the NBA Finals, like, Knicks were taking over San Antonio. They were taking over. They were like, bro, they were traveling, and that's so tough, And it's like, if you and like Philly was trying to limit the number of tickets that people from outside of Philly zip codes can buy, but they find a way, brother.
Y'all some sneaky.
There's all these apps, StubHub, TickPix, all this stuff. They're gonna find a way.
And
there is not a price.
Sneaky bunch, bro.
There is not a price you can put on those tickets that will stop us from going. And I'll do you one better. There's probably somebody that bought a house in Philly. There's probably some New Yorker out there that owns property in Philadelphia that got a zip code, and he's out there. He's ready. Cash app him. He'll get you some tickets.
Well, I'm laughing at that because that's probably something that did happen.
I mean, it's the tri-state area. Like,
use my zip code. Use my zip code. Use my zip code.
Whatever, dude. That ain't gonna stop nobody. But, like, it's just, man, sports are back, bro. We're so back.
There you go. We are. Hey, and this will be quick here before we get into our last segment here. Klay Thompson signed with the Heat. He's gonna get bought out by the Dallas Mavericks. And then, of course, DeMar DeRozan has signed the 1-year deal with the Denver Nuggets. Which role player makes an immediate impact for their team?
I just don't know how effective Klay Thompson is at this point of his career. He's not so like when he like prime Klay, people forget was a really good wing defender, as well as a really good 3-point shooter. And now with his knees and his health, I think he's more of a liability on defense than he was in the past. Obviously, he still gives you 3-point shooting, so it's kind of like, does he give you that, you know, Miami Heat like Ray Allen type energy where he's just able to knock down big shots for you? Giannis is the big one if you're Miami. Like, that's him and Bam in the middle is going to be real tough to score a basket at the rim. That's going to be tough.
They're gonna have a top 5 defense with
Yeah,
those two. They're gonna have a top 5 defense. I just with Clay, and listen, I get where you're coming from. I saw him play against us when he was with Dallas the last 2 games of the season. 2 games they played Orlando, and he torched us. So I don't care how old Clay is, how bad them knees is. He seemed to like to torch Orlando. So I respect his shot. I don't know how he does against the Knicks, but he does well against Orlando. So that's why I'm not agreeing with you, bro. I'm not finna curse that. I know how he kills us. So.
You know this too, though, bro. Like, shooting's the last thing to go.
100%.
Like, if you can shoot, you can shoot. So, like, I don't know what kind of minutes, you know, Clay will play. I don't know how that's all going to work out, but he is, you know, he's a shooter, and you know, if you're Miami, you need shooting.
They need it bad.
They need it bad. You know, they didn't have a knockdown 3-point shooter on their team last year. The last few years, honestly, but you know, Tyler Hero, but even then he was kind of streaky. So yeah, I mean, again, off the bench, clearly he won't be a starter. So, you know, off the bench, get you 25 minutes, probably something like that. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but having Giannis and Bam should get him shots. You know, and as we know, he's a guy that doesn't have to have the ball in his hands to score. So he can just come off, you know, have Giannis and Bam and these guys set him screens, and he can come off and hit shots. So those are the guys like you want on your team, though. You know what I mean? Proven knockdown 3-point shooters. Like Klay Thompson's going to be able to shoot until he's 60 years old. So it's
another thing about Klay Thompson going to Miami, he's probably going to have 3 baby mamas down there. He's going to get in so much trouble.
Yeah, bro. He already fumbled. He already fumbled the big bag.
Yeah, Meg the Stallion. Yeah. So DeMar DeRozan, I just saw the memes with him. Like, oh, someone blow by DeMar DeRozan. Oh, there go Jokic in the paint to stop him. Oh, never mind. So they're
but you ain't picking up DeMar DeRozan for defense.
Nah, he get buckets. So that's gonna be what they score. So they're gonna have a track meet with him in there and score buckets.
I think if you're Denver, so much of their offense is predicated on Jokic and Murray creating for everybody else, and DeMar DeRozan could at least create his own shot, and his mid range is still butter.
18. Yeah, you
know what I mean?
18 points, 100%.
And that mid range is smooth, boy. So
fun stuff. All right, here's our last segment, and I think this would be kind of cool to do right here. All right, so the 2026 Christmas Day slate for sports is going to be insane. So
my family's going to be in big trouble on Christmas, boy.
Man, I'm telling you, all distractions going to be. So there's 9 games, and what me and Paul is going to do is try to rank which one is pretty much must see versus not see, and they're all within their range, but not trying to say. But this one, I'm just trying to see what we're going to do with this one here. So Christmas games, NBA, we got the Spurs versus the Knicks, the Heat versus the Celtics, the 76ers versus the Lakers, the Thunder at the Timberwolves, and then the Nuggets at the Warriors. For Christmas, the Texans at the Eagles, the Packers at the Bears, the Bills at the Broncos, and the Rams at the Seahawks. Now, Paul, for you, what's number 9 for you? Because we got 9. It's like, it's cool. But I don't have to watch. I can take a break and just kind of do something from here. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm honestly, like I said, Christmas for me is always going to be NBA. So like a lot of those NFL games, are whatever. Like obviously they'll be entertaining, but I'm gonna be locked into NBA on Christmas. Like I mean, if I look at these games, I mean,
So you
obviously,
already,
like we're on the East Coast, so like the late basketball game's dead. Like I'm not watching the Nuggets and the Warriors. That's probably
yes.
a problem.
I'm about to say we'll agree with number 9. I was like, but you gonna put all the football games at the bottom?
No.
This is a good. What I'm saying. So okay. 9. I do agree with you. I think, the Nuggets and the Warriors. I was kind of harping at, we gonna see that game again. That's probably the worst game out of all of them. So yeah, if I'm up, I watch it, but I don't have to watch it. So to me, I think we both agree. Number 9 is the Nuggets and the Warriors. What you got for number 8?
They don't really have time slated for these football games, but obviously
I got you. What game?
I don't care about Philly and the Lakers. Like the Lakers not having LeBron. I mean, obviously LeBron going back to LA, but like I'd much rather watch probably like Buffalo at Denver if both of those teams are healthy and contending. Like I'd much rather probably watch that. So I would say, nah. You know what? I'm gonna say Thunder Timberwolves. It's just one of those things. I have no skin in that game, and the Thunder last year really ruined my basketball experience. It's very hard to watch an entire Thunder game. I can't do it. So I'll say Thunder Timberwolves. Minnesota's going to be great. They're going to be exciting, but I just can't watch the Thunder play basketball.
Got you. Number 8 me is going to be the Texans at the Eagles. I don't. It's going to be at 8:15 on Amazon. There's another 8:15 game that's going to be on, so I'd probably rather watch that one from the football. But the Texans, it's just a weird matchup. I don't know the intrigue between that. So that's number 8 for me.
I'll put that at my 7th. That'll probably be my 7.
Okay. 7 for me. I agree with you on the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. That's gonna be a late game. I'm not really intrigued in that one there. So number 6 for me, the Heat and the Celtics. I'm just trying to think of maybe that's going to be they trying to get the rivalry back up between the Heat and the Celtics. But maybe the whole thing Giannis didn't sign with the Celtics. That's probably why. But that's going to be number 6 for me.
My number 6. Heat Celtics. So that's tough. 2:30. Like, I mean, you're kind of just like in the thick of it. I'm sure around that time football will be going on. I don't give a shit about the Celtics. I mean,
yeah, I'm with you there. Number 5, the 76ers at the Lakers. I know LeBron's going back there. LeBron didn't have no ill will leaving the Lakers. His son is still there. I know they're trying to do the whole Bron. Is he going to play on Christmas? Like, I don't know. But that's why Silver did this, because he was trying to push the whole thing. I don't know what's going into his head there. But I guess LeBron going out to L.A., he should get a good reception there. He won a tie for him in the bubble. And then depending on the 76ers' health, it's just the whole LeBron story that we already are kind of admit in this segment earlier that we just can't wait till LeBron to retire, and that's kind of where I'm at with the game. But there,
what number are we on? 6.
Yes, I think it's on 6.
Yeah, for me, I'll go Buffalo, Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be on at a weird time of the day, and I'm not going to be able to focus and concentrate on that. So I'll go Buffalo, Denver.
Okay. I think I'm on number. I'm ahead of you, so I'm thinking I'm going 4.
Yeah, 4.
I'm gonna do 4, 3, 2, and 1 for me, and then you can finish it off. 4, Spurs and Knicks champion rematch. Y'all beat the crap out of them. They added some team there, so it's an early game too. So might be trying to catch the tail end of that when I play like my football game. But I expect some fireworks in the second half when I watch the game. But Christmas is cool in New York, so it'd be cool. Hopefully it's a white Christmas. The visuals is nice. So that'd be 4 for me. 3, that Packers-Bear game is going to be elite. I'm actually looking forward to that one there. So that's both. I'm gonna have both the Knicks and the Spurs game up. I'm gonna have the other screen with the Bears and the Packers. Oof, that one is going to be a fun matchup for sure. Number 2 is going to be the Rams at the Seahawks. Division game, another division game. That's going to be fun to watch. So, yeah, definitely tune into that one. And then, of course, you know, the Denver Broncos family is going to choose one. I get at least one of my team's going to be on Christmas. It ain't going to be my NBA team, but it'll be my football team. So this is a little bit where it was a close game. I was in London. Bonus kind of hurt his ankle a little bit over here. So I'm kind of interested to see now we got Waddle. This is going to be back there. So super excited for that just from a standpoint that, hey, Buffalo kind of had our number the year before. We beat them, kind of slaying that. It's just unfortunately we just bonus without an injury, and that's kind of where I'm at with there. So you choose your rest. I already know who's number 1, but go ahead and choose your rest, bro.
Yeah, for me, 4, I'd probably say Philly and the Lakers. Like, I just don't think the Lakers are going to be that good. I don't know. It just doesn't seem.
Whiteboard summer, man. Whiteboard team. Kuminga's room to go there, by the way. That's what I heard. But go ahead, finish your list.
3, I'll go Packers Bears. I just love like holiday rivalry games. I just feel like it just adds something. So like, you know, whether it's Thanksgiving or now it's Christmas, but like I love rivalries. Like, you got to throw those in there. So I'll go. You know, Packers Bears. The Bears hype is real. So that's exciting. Then I'll go Rams Seahawks because those teams had some electric games last year,
didn't they?
You know, those are two. Those would be 2 powerhouses in the NFC. Division game, again, rivalry game in Seattle. You know, the 12th man's gonna be crazy. Then obviously number 1, Spurs Knicks, baby, 12 p.m.
You are locked in, my man.
I'm so locked in. That's, you know, of all the gifts I could be given on Christmas, that might be one of them. Didn't they play Christmas last year too?
Yeah.
Like, and that was a hell of a team. And that was a hell of a game. Yeah, I'm saying they played each other on Christmas last year. That was a hell of a game.
They played Spurs. Look at they projected. That was the NBA Finals.
I think Wemby went nuclear in that game though.
He went stupid. Yeah, he did. That was a fun game actually to watch for sure.
But yeah, another beating Knicks on Christmas Day, bro.
Yeah, I about to say Knicks tape. You were super excited with that one there. So, man, that kind of get us set for our list there. I know we
9 games is crazy. Like, I don't even know how. I'm gonna need more screens.
Monitors. I'm screaming one monitor over here, another one over there. Probably will use after I get done playing football somewhere. Go have a drink, watch the later game somewhere. So yeah, Christmas gonna be a full slate here, man. Eat good, take a nap in between. But yeah, we're locked in for this year. So. All right, Paul, anything else we want to add? We're about at an hour, so anything else you can think of that we need to add, we'll kind of get back to it here soon.
It's been a minute, but y'all can run it back to the last time we recorded.
Absolutely.
Knicks in 5.
my man's gonna remind you. My man has been.
Knicks in 5.
You did call it. I initially picked y'all in 7, and you like, nah, man, we're gonna win in 5, but.
It was like you watched a team's just soul get taken, bro. That's all it was. You know.
I remember I just seen you just like you was stressing the chat, man. You was like, man, if you keep doing this coming back, but I'm pretty sure in typical fashion, you was like, hey, this will make it worth it. You know, my heart stopped a few times.
It's just the emotions. It's just like I said. It's just being a Knicks fan, being a New York fan in general. Like we were cursing this team against Atlanta, bro. We were so upset when we got down to Atlanta, and then just something just flicked the switch, you know. And again, like luck of the draw. Like I feel like our road to get there wasn't that tough. Like I feel like had Detroit got past Cleveland, it would have been a little different.
Mhm.
But it went our way, and I can't. We took Cleveland soul, and then we took San Antonio soul, bro. I just don't know. It was just great. It was just great, man. Like I said, it was cool. My girlfriend was sitting right there with me, watching every single game, seeing me locked in, seeing me jump up and down, slip, bust my ass on the tile floor. Like it was.
Paul, please tell me, and I'm pretty sure you've been thinking about this. And if I give you something to think about, I'll take a little bit of credit. Halloween, are you wearing something with the Timbs and the Knicks jersey as a Grim Reaper or something with a hook? Like, what you doing for Halloween for a costume?
That's a good idea, actually.
Cortez got you, bro.
I'll do you one. I'm gonna do you one better, bro. So we got skeletons to put in the front yard. I think I'm gonna put one in a Wemby jersey.
Please take a picture of that.
And then just the Grim Reaper in a Jalen Brunson jersey.
Oh man, that'll be clutch. Yes, please do that. So hey, I'm
That's
glad
a good
to
idea.
give you some ideas, man. So guys, I know it's been a minute, but thanks for tuning in. We'll definitely get back to it. We'll get
football's here, guys. Football is here. We are so back.
Yes, we'll get back into the rotation of things, and Monday is probably our best days to do this stuff. So we'll definitely try to tap in and get ready for a season preview for the NFL season that's upon us. That's coming up, and we already got a bunch of storylines. So make sure y'all stay tuned with me and Paul during the week. Like I said, we definitely get more in the habit of getting more content out there now that, fall's on the horizon. We got college football that's around the block, and NFL is coming around the way, and then NBA schedule just dropped. So FIBA World Cup's finna happen. All of that. But yeah, so stay tuned. You can follow the podcast page at BOC Podcast on Twitter, X, whatever you call it nowadays, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, same thing, BIOC Podcast. If you go to Facebook, type in Balls Not Court Podcast, give us a like, comment, shout there. You can also, wherever you heard us before, get us there. Paul, give me your name, sir.
Yes, sir. I am on X at _Paul_Mac, and I'm on Instagram at ThePaulMac520.
Absolutely. You can find me at N_CP on X and Twitter. So once again, iTunes, tune in, YouTube. I'm working on speaker now, so should get some stuff back up there with the Spotify. We back on these streets now. So,
and if you live in Orlando, happy HHN week, everybody.
There you go.
We made it. So if you're looking for me, see me in the fog. I'll be out there.
my guy.
A lot.
I'm looking for tickets. I'm trying to go to that too. We're gonna get theirs going. So we'll be I'll be going this year. Like some
let me know. I get pass holder discounts on tickets, so let me know if you need something.
I will definitely get a hold of you for sure, man. That test will be coming. Also, before we close, I want to shout out my nephew, Carlos Paul III. He is now traveling to Montenegro. He's gonna be playing basketball over there. He's gonna be a Euro baller. So my nephew has just got signed, and my brother, my oldest brother, just shot him off at Detroit Airport, and he's flying all the way to Europe now. So he's going to
hang out with Jokic's horses, bro. What's he doing?
Yeah, or Nick Vucevic is from Montenegro, so I got an excuse to go if I want to go over there and watch my nephew play some basketball. Let him get settled in. Of course.
Do you have a Vuce jersey you can dust off this season or what?
Oh man, hey, I got my orange number 9, baby. Hey, listen, Paul. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was like giddy when we signed Vooch, right? You already know how Orlando fans are about Vooch, man. They either love to hate the guy. I love the guy. So he already took a picture with Paulo, Franz, some of our vets. They're hanging out. So he's already kind of being that veteran presence. They went hanging out in Beverly Hills. So Cortez is super side, man. Cortez, Vooch is my guy. You already know. When we did that podcast, when he moved to Chicago, bro, I was hurt, bro. I love the guy. It had to be done, but I'm glad he came back on a minimum. Sucks to lose Mo Wagner. Wish him the best in the Nets jersey, but yeah, Vooch is back, baby. 9 jersey is getting dusted off. I got it in the closet right now as we speak, brother. I knew you. Yeah, it's in there. I got it, bro.
It's not a throwback jersey no more.
Yeah, man. Hey, number 9, back at back. He's back, man. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. I'm gonna close it up here. Let's end the closing credits. Usually, I know I do this new thing I got with here. So, once again, thanks for listening, guys. This is the Balls Not Court Podcast. Speaking with Paul, Matt, Cortez, Paul. Have a good evening.
Peace.